we seem to be constantly firefighting on the shop floor, so we're managing patient flow at crisis level.
We have got a really good morale, a really strong team, and we do pull together really well, but there are times when there is just nowhere else to go.
This is one thing you've got to take with you through each other.
Sometimes it actually makes me want to feel as if I just want to walk out the door and not bother coming back.
Have you had an operation at all? Or?
Yeah, I had an amputation of the toe.
So GP sent you in today.
Yeah.
You've been seeing the GP earlier. Thanking you. If you take a seat, the nursing staff will call. All right, thank you.
One was sent by GP for suicidal thoughts. Radar aware, but the crew didn't tell me that she'd taken 10 antidepressants yesterday, so just needs to be medically fit before.
Okay.
And there's a young...
At the moment it's very busy, very, very busy. We always have an increase through winter. This year we've seen a huge increase in the patient flow through the department.
Beck, it's 8 notes I need.
I'm in charge, or being a support in charge for the department, so ensuring that the patient flows are constant within the government targets, within their guidelines.
Would you be able to... Are you cannulating?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
No,
okay.
sorry.
Let's see whether Jason is.
And then I think we see an increase in flow through the A&E department with patients either not having a GP, unable to get a GP appointment, or feeling that A&E would serve them better at that point in time.
Is that the end? We've only got one cubicle left then, haven't we? Is that right? So one cubicle, one resus bay.
We do see a lot of patients coming through to us that may not necessarily need to come to this hospital.
Fantastic, thank you.
What's happened to you?
I sort of just, my fingers just was shaken. I was actually just pushing my throw over my sofa and it just went actually, yeah. So I just want to make sure I haven't broken it really. But I think I just need a splint for it, I was told.
Okay. Let's get you booked in. What's your date of birth?
Do you get a lot of people coming in that don't need to come in?
Yes. A lot. A lot. Our best one was a month or so ago. Somebody come in with a love bite. This is strange.
How do you deal with that then?
Shocked. Take a seat. Wait 2 hours to be told, off you go. But you can't, well, you have to book them in. We can't send them away from here.
Once that's in, get your float off, straight to scan. Top to bottom, trauma CT, leave them on the scoop to get there, take them off the scoop when we're on the scan.
As a trauma centre, we get alerted to all major traumas, so this was phoned through as a trauma call.
Get rid of those.
So the gentleman was phoned through, brought in by the ambulance crew. We took handover of this gentleman who was supposedly fallen top to bottom of the stairs.
No, he's fine, I'm happy.
He'd had actually multiple injuries, including injuries to his skull, to his spine, to his chest, and to his arm at the time. When I started in emergency medicine and as a doctor 13 years ago, what A&E was like then is completely different to what it is now. Nowadays we are instigating more treatments in the department. We are doing a lot more for the patients. It's not simply a see, assess and admit and pass on to the relevant specialties. We are now treating a lot more and doing a lot more.
You can't remember the name of it?
Say something, don't do it.
Oh, don't worry, darling, don't worry. Right. Phyllis came to us having been in touch with her GP with some pains in her arms, but she'd got quite an extensive cardiac history. She'd got a pacemaker, so the GP wanted her to be checked out thoroughly to see if it was related to her pacemaker. Do you want a sandwich as well? Do you want a sandwich?
Yes, if you like.
Okay.
I might as well, mightn't I?
You might as well.
Make a pig's party.
When she came in, we did all the routine stuff. We did ECGs, bloods and various other things, and her pacemaker wasn't working as it should. So it was a good call. There are more demands, and I think to some extent the NHS is a victim of its own success. And we regularly hear from people that they hear that the Queen Elizabeth is the place to go, so they travel long distances to come here specifically. So it does add extra pressure. It does put everybody under more pressure.
No. Hello, Mrs. Hartwell. Hello. Nice to meet you. My name's Dr. Worko.
I've worked to set up our front door geriatric team here at the Queen Elizabeth. What our aim is to recognise potentially vulnerable older people at the point they arrive at hospital.
He got an infection.
He was worried about your chest, wasn't he? So,
I never dreamed I'm going to come in today.
Well, what we're going to do is we'll get you... I think you're going out to West Heath, to Ward 14. Yes.
Either myself or one of my team members will go and see them at the first possible opportunity. We look and see why they've attended hospital. Where we get bottlenecks in the system is at the border, the transfer of care between health and social care.
He fell to the floor, they sat him up and he fell back again.
Okay.
No history at all.
As the population has aged, diversified, but living an awful lot longer, it's actually impossible to separate out health and social care. So that model that was put in place when the NHS was founded actually needs to be adjusted to deal with what we have now.
We seem to be constantly firefighting on the shop floor, so we're managing patient flow at crisis level. And I think really that has problems then getting them admitted through the hospital system, getting them discharged into the community services.
She's got a history of left arm pain.
It is incredibly difficult when there is nowhere else for anybody to go. We've used every possible bed in the hospital.
Repeat ECG SAT8 above 88.
It's very frustrating, it's very hard, and it's very disheartening as well, because that's not what you want to be doing. You want to give the best you possibly can, and more. And there are times when you're not able to do that.
Oh dear.
I know, but that's what happens, isn't it? But that's posture at West Heath.
I'll tell you what we can do then.
Every day I actually feel that I am working to my absolute top capacity, that we never have any slack within the system to be able to take a step back and look where we are. Sometimes it actually makes me want to feel as if I just want to walk out the door and not bother coming back. But then you go and see some of the patients, and you go and sit down and have a chat to a lady who has been struggling at home, but she didn't realise she was unwell. And we've done something and we've made her better, and we've got her walking again, and we've put in a couple of extra bits and pieces to help her at home, and somebody's going to bring in some meals for her that she can microwave, and somebody's going to pop in the morning and make sure she's okay. And actually she's pleased with that plan, and we've managed to sort that out quite quickly, and she goes home and she's feeling well again. So it is actually the patients and the good outcomes that keep us going.